All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Complexity Casting action. I'm your casting host, Beef. Joining me today, first timer here, we got King Plato from Absolute Legends. King Plato, thank you very much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Beef. Pretty excited. Should be an interesting matchup today between these two teams.
It should be. I'm very excited for this. The day after Christmas, and what better of a Christmas present than more awesome HoN action? Guys, you might have thought that HoN Tour Cycle 2 was over, but it is not. Gold is still going on. Bronze, silver, diamond. Well, diamond's kind of over. But gold is definitely still going on. We still have 4 more series to do from gold, and we're going to get into this one here right now. We got the winners bracket finals where the big boys are taking on Pencils. Now, Pencils is a team that a lot of people are probably familiar with. We got Pablo McDad, Bassett's, Fine, Sweet Pro, Flensmeister, some well-known names over there, and they were, of course, in the Diamond Division last cycle, but dropping down to Gold, they're going to be going up against the big boys, a team I don't really know too much about. Do you, King Plato?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty on friendly terms with some of the players. I'm not too sure about their play style or whatnot, but they're definitely really good players, so should be a good match.
Yeah, definitely good players. As you know, they've made it to the top 3 here in Gold. They've already advanced into the Diamond Division. So going into Cycle 3, we're going to have some names in there that we haven't seen before. And Pencil's going to be making it back in, of course. But, yeah, Big Boy's going to be making it in. We'll see if they advance to the Grand Finals here, because they've got a best of 3 series coming up. Let's get into it, though. Blind Ban's already going out. The Legion team choosing to ban out Fade and Tempest. Hellborn team also not liking that Fade, but they choose to ban Keeper of the Forest as their jungle.
Of course, Fade is such an annoying hero to play against, and I can see easily why both teams banned that hero. Keeper, amazing long lane solo, and especially as a Hellborn team, knowing that Legion has the first pick from the lock pool, it's definitely a popular blind ban.
Yeah,
Tempest, for obvious reasons, that huge ultimate and push potential as well.
Right on, right on. Getting into the lock pick. First lock up. They got the Wretched Hag coming out of the big boys. Dirty Mob saying that is a hero that he would like to see in there. Pablo McDad on the other side counters with Bubbles and Plague Rider. So already a few suicide heroes in the lock pool. Grabs an Initiator over there. Dirty Mob's picking out Pebbles. And then they finish off with Flint, Beastwood, and War Beast. What's up with that Flint lock?
I'm not quite sure either. I was pretty interested by that lock as well. I'm not too familiar if they run that hero, but we'll definitely see soon.
Yeah, sometimes you do just see those heroes that are a little bit weird get thrown in there in the lock just to kind of throw your opponents off, say make it a little bit harder on them. But I mean, Flint, that's a hero. Didn't you guys run that? Say 3 weeks ago?
Quite a bit with a aggressive tri-lane sort of deal with like roaming a Luna Magnus a lot, and we found it pretty effective, but we haven't really seen anyone else use it yet. Okay. It's definitely a good hero, but the lack of escape mechanism is definitely what makes him weak.
Yeah, that is definitely true. So, looking at the bans now, why don't you tell us a little bit about those?
Let's see. Bans. Start off with the Parasite ban from the Legion. It's just an annoying hero in general as well. Same with similar to a Fade. Wild Soul, Engineer, Dark Lady. These are all pretty common bans. We usually don't see Engineer banned off that much, but he's obviously an amazing dual lane hero.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first pick coming out there. Dirty Mobs picks up Tundra. Of course, has a fantastic map presence, utilizing that bird, able to get vision up there, able to easily assist his supports in getting some map control, counter warding going on, and of course, the awesome initiation potential of the Avalanche. Pencils, though, they respond with a Silhouette and a Luna pick.
Yeah, that's actually very strong. I'm obviously a huge fan of Silhouette, and Aluna in general just meshes well with any lineup, any hero, especially in a dual lane situation.
Yeah, that power throw enables her to have fantastic harass potential, in addition to, of course, her fantastic animation and base attack point. Going back to the other side, though, Moon Queen coming out as a hard carry pick for the big boys. A hero that's made a big return into the scene. We didn't see her for a long time, but now it seems like she's really top 3 carry potential. I mean, you got your Silhouettes, your Draconis, your Moon Queen. I guess you can put Kronos up there as well. Excuse me. Kronos? What am I trying to say? Dark Lady. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Dark Lady in there, and those are probably your top 4 carries. But Moon Queen, with the buffs to her multi-strike and to her lunar beam, she's become an incredibly popular pick.
Yeah, her farming potential is just ridiculous, especially once she gets the lifesteal and the firebrand, because like the potential of creep clearing and ancient stacking is just ridiculous. And I think the problem why we never saw Moon Queen for a while was because she has a pretty weak lane presence, especially with that short auto attack range. But I think as more people began to suicide heroes, like guaranteeing that Moon Queen free farm, she's just an explosive carry.
She certainly is. And she's going to be laned with Empath. This is a combination that I've seen a few times. Is there anything in particular about the Empath Moon Queen combination in that short lane that really just makes it viable?
I'm not too sure, but I mean, Empath in a hero, especially like a hero like Moon Queen, I can't imagine how much damage she's going to pull out, especially towards the late game.
Yeah, already Moon Queen without an Empath in her just gets so destructive there. On the other side, though, Pencils finish out their normal pick with a Legionnaire. So going to be going with a very strong jungler. We'll see if he chooses to go a little bit more aggressive or a little bit more farming route. And they finish out their lock picks here with Pebbles and Bubbles. The Bubbles combination.
He snap picked that. He wasn't even thinking. Obviously, very strong heroes. Probably going to see Silhouette short lane, Aluna, Pebbles mid, Bubbles long. And I think the lanes from the Legion side are also pretty predictable.
Yeah, as they finish out with the War Beast and the Plague Rider. And of course, you got your Plague Rider Suicide, you got War Beast in the jungle. You think that the Tundra is going to be going mid with the Moon Queen Empath short, or is Empath going to be with the Tundra?
I think we'll see a solo mid by Tundra.
Okay.
But we'll see how he does against the dual lane.
Yeah, we will see indeed. Of course, Tundra is a hero that does want those levels pretty bad. So we'll see if he is able to get those or not. So going into this game, let's go ahead and get this overlay changed up. We do have Plague Rider making his way into the top lane. That's going to be played by Rookie. We have Dirty Mobs, the captain of the team. He's going to be playing the Empath. Going short lane for now, but Diglett on the Moon Queen, he's certainly going to be in the short lane. War Beast playing by Jackal. He's on the jungle most likely. And the present 23 going to be hanging out in the middle lane most likely. On the other side, though. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, that's pretty interesting because I know Rookie is also a very good carry player, but I guess they chose to put Diglett on that Moon Queen. I don't know if you know Rookie, but he's also known as TK Hero. And he has a bunch of Smurfs, but yeah.
Yeah, Rookie, I think I've heard of the name before. I don't know that I've ever cast one of their games. Somehow I've seen the big boys around in the Gold Division a couple times, but I've somehow never cast their game out of all the games I've cast in Gold. But we will break that streak today as they're going up against Pencils on the other side. Fine, he's on the Legionnaire, going to be doing his jungle thing. Sweet Pro, currently hanging out in the middle lane, already used those stalagmites, so he's going to have to go back to town. Pablo McDad doing his thing on Bubbles. And we have Aluna being played by Bassett. He's going to be making his way toward mid, most likely to support that Pebbles. And then Flensmeister playing the Silhouette, probably going to be going short. Now, Aluna Pebbles, that's most likely going to be their middle combination. What do you think about those two heroes working together? Do you like that combination, or do you prefer maybe a different support?
I think it works just fine. There's so much burst potential from that combo, especially because Pebbles can initiate with the stun, Aluna power throw, Aluna stun, any combination really. They can just make it work. You can definitely see Pebbles picking up an early portal cube. He should have free farm middle. And that's definitely going to hurt the big boys, especially because Moon Queen needs some time to really be able to have a huge impact in the game.
Yes, she certainly does. But I mean, once she gets the ball rolling, finishes up that Ring of the Teacher, the steam boots, and maybe a Whispering Helm, her farm just absolutely takes off. It's not uncommon to see her getting up into the 500, even 600 range by, say, the 25, 30-minute mark in the game. And she just scales so well with the items. So the Pencils team, they're going to really need to make their presence felt on the map in that, say 10 to 20-minute mark, be able to set her back. Otherwise, Warbeast and Moon Queen, they're going to be a pretty deadly combination.
Definitely. I really like the reason why Scylla is such a good hero is that like you don't need a lane partner and you can just dominate a solo lane by yourself, which is why like because they have Scylla at short lane, they're able to have a dual lane mid, so that's guaranteeing just more farm and more lanes won on the Hellborn team. So we'll see how the Legion fares against it.
Yeah, you're certainly correct. So Oluna will be going over toward that middle lane because, like you said, she just doesn't need to be supporting the Silhouette. Silhouette should have just a fine time against the Plague Rider. Now, Warbeast is sending one of his dogs up here. They're going to be doing that for a little bit of scouting information. Do you think that he's going to send a second set of dogs to try to do a little bit of pulling, or is that just going to take too much of his time to do that?
I'm not sure. I think it's honestly... Oh, there's some action.
Yeah, they're trying to get the bubbles here, but a nice shell surf from Pablo McNabb was able to get out of there. The illusory veil was already used. Cold Shoulder's going to come in, and Bubbles taking a lot of damage here. They're going in for the dive, but no, not quite able to close the distance. Moon Queen.
Oh, that was really close.
If Diglett was there, they would have been able to secure the kill onto Pablo McNabb, but Pablo able to get out of there, and because he was out there nice and early, he's going to be able to regen, so doesn't even lose anything from that.
I didn't see... I'm guessing Moon Queen didn't get one Windbeam off, seeing that she has full mana? Wow.
She wasn't in position when they engaged.
That's weird because the range on that is so far. Can't imagine where she was positioned, that she couldn't get it off at all.
Yeah, the 800 range is pretty damn big, but unfortunately not able to get it just yet. What the heck did they use to clear out the trees?
He didn't use his Hellhounds to pull the lane.
Well, he tried. He failed, though, and that's a little bit unfortunate for Warbeast. He's actually going to be set back just a little bit, or is he... Why is he still in the well right now?
I don't know. Kind of confused, though.
Yeah, I guess he just had to wait till the next cooldown on his Wolves, and he's certainly going to be set back, because he's not going to stack the small camp at level 1, is he? Is that what he's going to do now?
Maybe that's what he was waiting for, so he would have his Wolves up longer. I'm not sure. I'm not too fond with Warbeast myself, but...
Yeah, I mean, I see that sometimes on Legionnaire, but not necessarily on Warbeast. But that looks like he's going to be doing that, so he will get over there, and yeah, he will be able to stack the small camp. So won't set him back if that's the route that he's choosing to go. Now, speaking of setting people back, what's up with... You see Legionnaire? How did they cut down all those trees over there? Lots of deforestation.
I think him and Pebbles were just cutting it down before the lanes went out. I'm not sure. I think that's the only thing I can really think of. Maybe also Luna with the power throws.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So making use of that time before the game to knock down a bunch of trees, and that'll make Legionnaire a little bit safer. Just being able to see further and not be able to get too much scary kind of fog vision over there. So I like it.
It also helps him stack. He can stack those two camps easily.
That's true. That's
and he's already level 3, 1 minute, like not even 2 minutes into the game, so.
Not bad at all. Now Pablo McDad has actually abandoned the bottom lane because Empath, Moon Queen, well, not conducive to Bubbles getting decent farm down there. So Pablo's actually going to do a little bit of roaming here mid.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
because I know Empath's Q gets disabled if Bubbles takes cover, but I guess he can't even get level 2 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Bubbles is what I would call a hard counter to Empath for that reason. You know, Empath's one of my favorite heroes, and so is Bubbles, to be honest. But I hate when I'm playing Empath trying to kill Bubbles with that Essence Link.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. I think they're trying to set up a first blood right here.
Yeah, they sure are. Stalagmites are there. The Chuck comes out as well. Cold Shoulder back onto a Luna. The Emerald Lightning probably just a little bit late there, and Tundra will be able to escape. No problem. 4.5 armor and 660 life. He says you're going to have to do a little bit better than that.
I think it's interesting to see, like, Present, he's moving around his Shiver, trying to follow around the Legionnaire. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to accomplish, but...
I think he's trying to block stacks.
Oh, okay. He's blocking the cams.
Yeah. Well, that's what he was doing, but the bird just died. So, not able to block any camps. A little bit unfortunate for him, but getting vision of that Legionnaire, never a bad thing. Oh, Legionnaire picked up some illusions. Those are so nice for him.
The illusions twirl too. It's kind of ridiculous.
It's very, very ridiculous as he's able to propel his farm even further. At close to 400 experience per minute, Legionnaire is going to be the first to hit 5 here just very, very soon.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job, and Playguard is just Playguard is just having a good time at top as well compared to the Bubbles, who's still level 1.
Yeah, the suicides are definitely being won here by a big boy. A lot of that comes down to the 2 players in the middle, though, for pencils versus just the 1 player there. So, is it worth it to really sacrifice your bubbles, but if you're losing out on your Tundra?
I think what the Hellborn is doing is fine, especially because Legionnaire is just farming ridiculously well as well.
Yeah.
So they're still winning like 2 lanes plus a jungle. And Bubbles really like can catch up in levels pretty easily, and once she has level 6, she's so effective.
Yeah, that kelp field, of course, is the big thing with Bubbles. His Silhouette's going in for a kill top. Misses the Death Lotus right there. Gonna try to go in. Ooh. Misses the Tree Grapple, and Flensmeister might be in a little bit of trouble. Is there gonna be any rotation here from Tundra? Tundra gets the message now, and he's gonna go try to make a kill happen, but Flens very, very astutely picks up a potion and should be able to live against this Tundra, but Tundra does spot out. The Cold Shoulder goes off, but no follow-up piercing shards.
Yeah, I wasn't watching what happened from the start, but it's pretty unfortunate. And he's missing out on a lot of gold and EXP right now.
Yeah, Flint's just dove the tower. And he was trying to just knock off a potion on Plague Rider and knocked off the potion with an auto attack. Missed the Death Lotus, did a couple more auto attacks, took a Contagion nuke. What's up?
Aluna actually tried to snipe the Plague Rider there, but he missed, unfortunately.
Didn't see it.
That would have been a first blood, I think, if it connected.
Yeah. But missed the Death Lotus and then missed the Tree Grapple and wasn't able to put the damage in. And 315 movement speed Plague Rider just walked away.
Yeah. And the Plague Rider is so annoying. Like, especially first denying the waves back from the carry, the short lane carry, and the constant harass he puts out with the nuke.
Yeah, the Contagion, of course, does hit so hard, and if you've got the mana available from using that Extinguish, then it's able to just consistently comes out, and not only does it hit really hard, it's got that nice slow attached to it, and every time you're able to do it, you can land a couple of auto attacks as well.
Hold on, I'm not grabbing mouse pad. Someone's saying my mouse is making a lot of noise.
No problem. Top lane, Flens is trying to go in once again. And, well, misses that Death Lotus. It's a little bit unfortunate that he's tried for that a couple of times. Can't just make those kunai knives connect, though. Tundra trying to... Plato, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I was grabbing a mouse pad.
Yeah, holy moly. I could hear your footsteps, like, reverberating through my skull. There we go. It sounds like you muted your mic now. Sorry, guys. This is the first time that King Plato has cast with me, and I'm happy to have him here. Just normally... Oh, Pebble's in some trouble here in the middle lane as he lands the Stalagmites and will be able to get away for now. The Metamorphosis is activated. The Cold Shoulder goes in. A Knife Potion there from Sweet Prone. He's able to survive for now, but no. There it is. The Hellhound's able to secure the last hit, and Bloodlust goes to Jackal for the Legion team. So Boyy off to a good start, and they do find Pablo McDad here as well. A nice Illusory Veil, but uses that Shell Surf and will be able to escape. So.
Sorry about that, actually. My mom was talking to me, so didn't want everyone to hear that.
Oh, no, not a problem. I was just gonna say that it was your first time casting with us, as Plague Rider might be in a little bit of trouble up top. The Terrifying Charge comes in, the Q up on the taunt, not even needed. Decapitation.
He didn't even level up the taunt, actually, but he didn't need it there.
Oh, wow, you're right. Yeah. So, guys, normally I would do a little bit of a sound check with a caster, but King Plato was just there, and he was able to cast this game with us. Otherwise, I would not have a co-caster, so very, very much so in your debt, King Plato. Didn't have time to get a sound check done, but I'm glad to have you here.
Thank you. It's pretty interesting and fun so far. We see a Hasted Tundra trying to stand up Legionnaire.
Legionnaire's done a good job of kind of hiding himself in there, but Silhouette will be able to rotate over and defend her jungling buddy. Now, the Pebbles in the middle lane that we were hoping would be able to get good farm as a result of being 2-on-1. He's at 318 gold per minute, but giving up the first blood there did set him back rather significantly. And even though this game is even right now, Moon Queen, Boyy, both farming very, very well, but I would say that the Legion team seems like they're doing a little bit better just because they're able to get the farm onto that Legionnaire. And the Pebbles, who drops the Stalagmite to Chuck, is there. The power throw hits, and nice Emerald Lightning. Great body blocks there from Sweet Pro to be able to get the kill in the middle lane.
Yeah, that was well executed, definitely. And we see Bubbles, he's just triple stacking the Ancients. I think they're just trying to maximize the Legionnaire's farm. He's not even trying to... I guess he's going to get some experience from this, actually.
Yeah, Pablo McDad will be able to get just a bit of experience there. But Legionnaire, I mean, we're 9 minutes into this game, and Legionnaire is at nearly 600 gold per minute. But Legionnaire, he's going to be thrown back. The taunt goes up, not strong enough. Warbeast comes in. He's going to clean up not only the kill on Legionnaire, but he just grabbed 4 Ancients as well.
And with that, he just caught up to the gold per minute of the Legionnaire as well.
Yeah. Pebbles, he's able to combo down the empath, which is great, but that Legionnaire kill, that was huge. The Ward of Sight that got it for him gets counter-warded, but it's already done its job.
Yeah, definitely. And very good job by the Warbeast player, being active while farming at the same time. Something that some Warbeasts have a problem with, just trying to some Warbeasts just focus on farming, that they don't use their ultimate like he did.
Yeah, that's already the second time that he's been involved in kills, actually scoring both kills for his team so far. Not exactly a hero that you would say, okay, yeah, he's an active ganking hero. As Pebbles goes in, Stalagmites are there. Chuck power throw, not enough damage though. I think I would have preferred a Chuck backward onto a Luna almost, but
yeah, they might have been able to finish it with the auto attacks if he did so.
Yeah, not quite able to secure that one though, as Warbeast gets his Steam Boots delivered. So going Steam Boots first instead of an Abyssal Skull, what do you make of that?
I don't know. We usually just see Warbeast players finish Abyssal even before getting Red Boots, but yeah, it seems to be working for him, so...
Yeah, maybe a bit more of aggressive of a route, but speaking of aggression, Tundra did manage to pick up a kill there with the assistance of Dirty Jobs on the empath. Luna
dirty mobs.
Dirty mobs, there you go. Sorry. This is not Mike Rowe's show. Is that his name? Mike Rowe? Oh, God. Mike. The guy that does... Oh, chat will tell me in 5.5 minutes. They're gonna Mike Rowe? I think it's Mike Rowe. Oh, my God. I can't remember. Dirty Jobs. Somebody's got to do it. Dirty Mob. It should be Dirty Jobs. He needs to have a sub that's called that at least. Warbeast looking to score another kill over here near the Ancients. Does see a Luna here with the Hellhound, and will he activate the ultimate? He does, but not trying to get a kill. He's in fact going to run away. Wants to make sure that he doesn't get taken out by the bubbles that was coming in. Only level 4 bubbles though, so still pretty underleveled.
I'm surprised Moon Queen hasn't used her Whispering Helm to get a creep and stack the Ancients. We just saw, I think it was Empath who was starting to stack Ancients for him, but I think that's kind of interesting. Should definitely utilize that as soon as he buys it.
Yeah, hasn't been able to pick one of those up just yet. So we'll see if she can get a Skeleton King or some other useful creep to try to get that going on, but she's actually got... Yeah.
It's up on Pebbles.
More immediate threats there as Pebbles does pick up that very, very useful item. He's doing a little bit of roaming through the jungle, so... Now, this is the problem with getting a really, really early portal key on Pebbles, is sometimes you can be a little bit underleveled, and you also have to make sure not to fall into this trap of just roaming and not being able to get any farm, because then your farm falls behind, your levels fall behind, and you need to be able to get some kills. Like right now, he's not attacking the creeps because he doesn't want to show off that portal key. But unless he's able to secure a kill here pretty soon, he's going to be wasting a lot of time and falling behind.
I think he should just continue his farm, especially if you can't find anyone to kill. I think it's just putting him back a lot, but I think he's trying to scope out the Ancients right here.
Yeah, he is indeed scoping them out. Actually, maybe looking for a rune.
This could be trouble for him, actually.
Yeah, the bird's going to be able to get over there, and the bird does spot him out. He's going to be going in for the Plague Rider, perhaps? No, he's still just trying to secure a kill here and not finding anything. Great job from the Legion team, though, using the bird, using their defensive warding so that they are able to secure themselves from this Pebbles. And as long as you're not giving up kills to the Pebbles, he's not really doing his job, per se.
Yeah. And I guess now they see that he has the portal key. He just showed himself in the lane.
Yeah, it certainly did.
I think something interesting to note is Moon Queen's skill build. I know a lot of players like to start maxing out the multi-strike earlier so that they can farm. But I'm not sure if he did this skill build because they have a War Beast farming out their jungle. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something interesting to note. There is the War Beast. And so normally you would have triple stacks going for your Moon Queen and whatnot, but when you do have one of those farm-oriented junglers like the War Beast, you don't necessarily have that. So, yeah, I think that's probably you're right there.
I know usually like I get like one into the passive and just start maxing out the multi-strike early, and it really helps you farm. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it certainly does. So right now we're going into the passive portion of this game, perhaps. Pencils evens up the gold lead, but they are still down by about 2,700 experience. Even though the Legionnaire is by far the highest level in the game, now level 12. Unfortunately, there's a couple of players bringing him down level 4 bubbles, namely Pablo McDad.
And if you compare that to the level 9 Suicide on the Legion side, that's definitely where the experience gap is showing.
So, that Bubbles, like you said, I mean, once he hits level 6, he's able to gain a lot of his effectiveness back, and as he's kind of tagged in there for a couple of the Ancient kills, he will be able to get that level 6 eventually. But Bubbles also doing a great job not giving up kills. 0, 0, and 0, so no kill involvement, but not giving up any can be just as important sometimes as Silhouette might be in a little bit of trouble. Cold Shoulder comes in. Where's the Avalanche? The nice shadow, but he's able to split. Avalanche onto Silhouette, and Piercing Shards goes in, uses the shadow, though, and will be able to escape. No problem. So, waste of a little bit of cooldowns, and now a lot of TPs coming in from the Hellborn team.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't commit because they saw all the mass TPs with the Tundra Bird, and if they initiated there, they would have just gotten demolished. So it was a good attempt by Legion, but a good response by the Hellborn as well.
Yeah, they did do a very nice job of making sure that they did not overextend, and Warbeast actually finishes up the Abyssal Skull, so going for those standard 2 items, the Abyssal Skull Steam Boots combination that we see so frequently, but he goes for them in the reverse order, so maybe you could say that was just making him a little bit more gank-oriented in the beginning, but still managing to get a very, very good farm of 361 gold per minute, tied for top on his team with that Moon Queen, who's had free farm in the bottom lane.
And Silhouette also, instead of going the No-Stone build, she went the Whispering Helm build as well. I think that's also really effective.
So you like that? I don't like that.
You don't like it at all?
I didn't say I didn't like it at all. Not with a Legionnaire in your team.
Yeah, definitely, because Legionnaire's already sucking up all the jungle and even the Ancients, so...
Exactly. The Legionnaire's been killing those Ancients like you just said, and so that's what the Whispering Helm does for you. It allows you to stack up your jungle and your Ancients, and if they're already doing that, which of course they already are, and somebody else is getting the kills, then what's the benefit here on Silhouette? I would say the Whispering Helm should be an item reserved for after you've got a couple defensive items, maybe one offensive item, and then you can just grab the lifesteal Maybe go into the Symbol of Rage a little bit later on, but I'm personally a bigger fan of the Null Stone in this situation.
Yeah, and against heroes like Tundra as well, it's pretty effective.
I'm seeing in chat that it is indeed Mike Rowe.
I see that now as well.
It's been a long time since I've watched Dirty Jobs. It was like my freshman year in college or something. Oh, actually a kill going on the top. That was the Plague Rider taking a fall to find on the Legionnaire. I was watching that right before we went to pause. But then took my eyes away. As another kill goes on over here, Bassett takes a fall on a Luna. So picking up the kill with Warbeast and Empath. There was a Ward of Revelation down there, so I assume there was a little bit of counter warding going down as each team was trying to remove a ward. I bet that's what's happening.
Yeah, definitely the Legion wants to secure and make sure that their Ancients aren't being like spied on. Because it's definitely a pain if your Ancients get sniped out by the enemy.
Yeah, it certainly is, or even more so. I mean, Warbeast, he does a lot of damage. He's able to regenerate a lot of life, but killing triple stacked Ancients, he can get relatively low on life. And if you're able to just land one great red power throw or something, holy moly. 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, I am so sorry about that, guys. Evidently there was a house phone underneath a jacket on a couch next to me.
We just saw a couple item purchases while you were gone. Warbeast, I think he's going for the Shrunken Head. He picked up Mighty Blade. And I think Moon Queen is also rushing that Shrunken Head as well, over getting a Firebrand, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I prefer getting that Firebrand just before the Shrunken Head. Don't necessarily have to make the whole Geometer's Bane right there. But being able to pick up the Firebrand, the additional attack speed, the armor, the damage, the movement speed, those all do very good things for actually getting your farm on.
And the Hellborn has so much jump. I think that I don't know, it's really scary, especially Legionnaire. It's brutal for carry players to play against the Legionnaire.
Yeah, their initiation potential is certainly there with a couple of portal keys that they already have. You think that Silhouette, I mean, she picks up the Sustainer now, so she's going to be working on that Null Stone. You think that she'll pick up a portal key herself relatively soon?
If she does, I imagine it's going to be after that Null Stone. And I think it's interesting, actually, because usually when we
lane, Avalanche comes in, the Cold Shoulder, Piercing Shards are there, Emerald Lightning, not enough to save Pablo McDad, though. He goes down, Warbeast activates Metamorphosis, the Plego Ultimate's going to be able to bring down a Luna, Empath gets comboed, she goes down in the middle of it, though, Legionnaire with the taunt, able to get the Decapitate onto the Dragon, and Plague Rider does go down, toss onto the Catman Champion, and that Dominated Creep will die as well.
And with that, they also cut the experience deficit by a lot as well.
Well, they certainly did. It's now only about 1,000 lead here for the Legion team, and Pencil's able to regain the gold lead. They've had that back for a little while now. And Moon Queen actually activates the ultimate right there. Going to be going in on the Legionnaire. The Deny goes out. The Kelpfield is able to protect Bubbles and a nice power supply. He's going to be able to survive. Very well played there by Pablo McDad.
Yeah, they also, that Deny on the tower was huge.
Yeah.
But actually, just a second ago, with the Shiver, they spotted out the triple stack Ancients, so we'll see. Is he trying to triple... I don't know what he's trying to do, trying to stack a triple stack.
Hey, sometimes it just gets into your head that you want to stack that camp again. Let no man tell you that you can't stack it 4 times. Can you still do that in Dota? I can't remember.
Huh?
In Dota, can't you stack, like, 5 times? Like, more than
I think so. I'm not sure how that works.
It's been a long time since I've paid attention to that. As the Skeleton King goes down, and Moon Queen is there. They're going to try to steal the camps. Metamorphosis already been used, though, and Legionnaire should be able to just go in there, clean that up relatively effectively. Stalagmite's even going to be used for good measure, and down go those creeps. Pablo McDad, we saw him there. being useful in the bottom lane. As you said, level 6 grabs that kelp field, and all of a sudden he's super useful. Now, he's still working on some items, though. Able to pick up a Grave Locket in addition to boots and a mana battery. Not bad for really having next to no time in lane. He's done a great job of minimizing his deaths, maximizing his creep kills, or just trickle gold, and picking up a few items.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that he didn't feed any kills. Because I know it's always a pain when your suicide tries to get a little more experience and does that at the risk of feeding the carry player. And we see some initiation here.
Oh yeah, Kelpfield goes in. The Shell Surf Song of the Sea is there as well. Stalagmites combo onto Plague Rider, and Plague Rider drops very, very quickly. Empath might be next. She gets a nice juke though, and Legionnaire will back off for now. Portal Key's up in 2 seconds. Is he going to be going in right here? Spots out the Minotaur, and the Minotaur with a nice stun. Pebbles has the Portal Key. He's going to find Empath, but they're going to have to back up. Initiation onto Pebbles though. Overextension from Sweet Pro, and he goes down. The Legion team saying, not in our house. And now Pablo Baghdad's going to have to use the Shell Surf to get on out of there as well. Warbeast going to be able to make his way toward this middle tower, and it is most likely going to take a drop.
Yeah, and he actually has the Shrunken Head finished. It's on the courier. Farming really well.
Flensmeister is going to try to bring down this defensive tower. Yes, he will be able to get it with the assistance of the catapult. Very well executed there by Flens. Uses the shadow to get out of there. You were saying the Shrunken Head on Warbeast. He finished that up?
Yeah, it's on the courier.
Nice.
Should be delivered to him soon.
Jackal.
And actually finished on Moon Queen as well.
Yeah. A couple of Shrunken Heads are going to go very, very far in this game. Of course, able to negate some of the damage from the Pebbles, the Moon Queen, or excuse me, the Pebbles, the Bubbles, the Aluna. Certainly going to be nice. Actually, Legionnaire goes in. Power throw onto Warbeast. Decapitation. Wolf head rolls across the ground.
That was really nice. Really well played by Hellborn.
Extremely well executed as, well, middle lane was not so well executed as Pebbles went in there, tried to land a combo onto Plague Rider. Looks like it wasn't successful though, as he is able to escape. And now Pebbles is going to be roaming through the jungle. He's going to find Moon Queen, and Moon Queen does have the ultimate available to her. And combo onto Moon Queen right there. She's going to be able to activate that Shrunken Head. The ultimate's there. Moon Finale comes in. Pebbles is going to be able to get escape for now. Moon Queen is going to be taking a fall, though. Nice job here from the Hellborn team. They were able to split up, make sure that nobody took too much damage, and even through that 10-second Shrunken Head, bring down the Moon Queen.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that the Pebbles lived there. He barely was able to go into Shadow and escape the last Moonbeam, I think.
Yeah, he was able to get into that fog, and with that, able to survive. So very, very well played there by Sweet Pro. Top lane, though, Silhouette might not be as lucky. She's going to use the Shadow, try to escape the Avalanche, and she will be able to port to the Shadow, but no, doesn't use it quite yet. Actually goes with the Tree Grapple. Nice stun with that, and that's how you play Silhouette right there, maximizing her mobility, and she's able to survive.
Mm-hmm. And also an interesting thing, Hellborn actually warded the Ancients of Legion. So we'll see when the Legion side figures that out. It's going to hurt their farm a lot.
Yeah, doing a great job there at the resource management. As Aluna's going to be stalking Warbeast. Might be in a little bit of trouble. No, that's the other team's Ward of Revelation. Speaking of trouble, Pebbles is in some trouble here. Essence Link goes out, and he just completely disintegrates. I don't know what the heck Sweet Pro is doing up there.
Probably trying to get a little pick off. The team is actually pretty far ahead. 4k gold, 1k experience. The Legionnaire is just level 17. It's huge.
Yeah, Legionnaire. I mean, the times that I've seen this hero picked up recently, he has gotten so big. I mean, I was casting Lions a couple of weeks ago, and Krebson picked up. Luna tries to go in for an Emerald Lightning. Unsuccessful, though. Lions, Krebson was playing the Legionnaire, went the Whispering Helm build that Z-Freak's kind of been rolling with for a few months now. And even though he failed multiple times to stack the Ancients, like that was his entire job, was just to stack the Ancients, he was still, like, by far the top farmer in the game, like 500 plus GPM, like level 18 at like 22 minutes into the game or something.
We see actually a demonic breastplate finished on Legionnaire. 25 minutes in, that's going to hurt the Legion a lot.
Yeah. It's going to be very, very hard to kill with that. Up to 23 armor when he activates the taunt. He'll be all the way up to 43 armor.
Wow.
That's a lot of armor. Moon Queen won't be hitting nearly as hard in that case.
Yeah. We'll see how the rest of the game goes. The Hellborn's in a really good situation right now. Pebble's almost finishing that Hellflower, and Silhouette also picking up her Nullstone.
Yeah, that Nullstone certainly very, very nice to have, and that Hellflower will be great to be able to lock down either of the players that do have those Shrunken Heads. Get one of those off before Shrunken Head. Soul's Bulwark comes out onto Warbeast, so he's going to be hitting even harder now, but it'll also be nice to be able to pierce through that Demonic Breastplate if he keeps that on offensive. And that ward that you mentioned over there by the Legion team was counter-warded. Now Luna going to be in some trouble. Moon Queen is there, but Mike Rowe is able to help out and get the last hit there on the Empath.
I think something interesting to know is that because of the Warbeast, the Moon Queen doesn't really have room to like get explosive, like as we've seen Moon Queen get before. Because she's just like, sometimes I just see her just walking around because she has like nowhere to farm.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got the Tundra and the Warbeast on your team, there might not always be enough farm to go around. As Tundra, I mean, he's got that portal key, but he's trying to work on something of his own as he picks up a Mighty Blade, so it could be going for a Shrunken Head, or it could be going for something different. We'll see if he gets a Basher.
Definitely a Shrunken Head. He also has that Warhammer.
Oh, never mind. Did that just get delivered, or am I just stupid?
I'm not sure.
I think he should have gone for a Basher. I mean, with that Cold Shoulder, he does attack faster. So, if that doesn't, like, scream, get a Basher, I don't know what does.
That'd be a very bold pickup on his part.
Fortune favors the bold, as HoN goes in there and we'll be able to spot some Ancients. The chuck onto Bubbles actually doing a grand total of nothing. So, that was fun to watch.
Yeah.
So, 28 minutes into this game, Pencils finds themselves pretty much even on experience. Up 3,000 gold, though, and pretty much an equal game. I mean, the Warbeast, the Moon Queen, certainly have a ton of late-game potential. On the other side, though, you've got a very farmed Legionnaire and a decently farmed Silhouette and Pebbles. So they should be able to carry pretty well themselves. Looking pretty equal, although Avalanche comes out in the middle lane. The Metamorphosis, Warbeast is there, and down goes Pebbles. Sweet Pro getting caught out of position once again. He's going to take his 4th death of the game.
Yeah, his team's just farming, and I think he's just trying to like go off by himself and pick off some heroes.
Silhouette's trying to get a kill on the tower up here. Has to use that shadow and will be able to escape.
That's why Silhouette is so good, because you can safely, aggressively push by yourself, having that ulti up.
I don't think you actually know anything about Silhouette. I've never seen you play that hero before.
I love that hero.
So
Looks like
absolutely.
there's some action top lane. They're trying to take this tier 1.
Yeah, they're going to be making their way over there. And 30 minutes into the game, I think that the Legion team would probably be wise to just let this drop. Although they have Silhouette and Legionnaire in position right now. Speaking of Silhouette, she might be in a little bit of trouble. Breaks the Nullstone with the charge. Legionnaire will actually go in. He's going to be able to get the taunt onto Warbeast. Decapitation comes in. The Illusory Veil, the Plague Ultimate, and the Moon Queen Ultimate bring down Legionnaire right there. Silhouette might be in a little bit of trouble. She gets hit by a couple more of those beams. Tree Grapple goes out, but it's connected to a dead ninja. Moon Queen takes the Stalagmite right there. But will she be able to follow up? The Lunar Beam goes out onto a Luna. Contagion Nuke is there as well, but no follow-up. Bubbles takes out the Shiverbird, but a nice job there from the Legion, bringing down both Legionnaire and Silhouette, 2 very, very strong players there on the Hellborn.
Yeah, that was a huge fight for the Legion, and we saw the power of like how much magic damage they put out with Moon Queen ulti and Plague Rider ulti. Even though Legionnaire is so tanky, he just melted.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that comes down to he has a ton of physical deflection, but and the Essence Lake, the Illusory Veil, the Contagion Nuke, the Plague Carrier, the Moonbeams, the Moon Finale, that is all magic damage, and he doesn't even have as much as a Mystic Vestments.
Yeah, we're definitely going to... the Silhouette's definitely going to have to pick up a BKB this game, regardless if he wants to or not. Probably see him make that next.
Yeah, the Shrunken Head, about 1,600 gold off here for Silhouette, if she does choose to go for that next. And once she finishes that up, she should have her defensive core pretty much finished
key.
up. But there you go, Portal Key. So add another one to the Helmborn team, and that makes 4. So the initiation potential that we talked about when they had 2, roughly doubled, if my math is correct.
Yeah, Portal Key on Silhouette is pretty core. I think you also hear Charles say that all the time. It just makes so much sense at Silhouette.
Oh,
and
she tries to go in right there.
Another thing that works well is like, even if you miss your stun, you can like boldly initiate because you have that ultimate up.
Yeah, you certainly can, as you might have seen in that bottom lane. She missed the stun onto the Plague Rider, but able to just stick around there, put out some harassment, grab a couple of creep kills, just port right back to that Shadow, no problem.
And we saw right there, Shiver used to block the Ancient on top of that ward, actually.
Yeah, I really do like that. It's become so popular these days to have a Ward of Revelation or a Ward of Sight blocking those Ancients, and everything that you're doing to deny farm and experience to your opponents. Doing a great job resource management, trying to extend your own lead, of which the big boys are now in a 1,000 gold lead and close to about a 5,000 experience lead. So great job from them. As a courier goes down in the bottom lane, somebody was getting something delivered there. Did you see if there was any items killed?
I think the Plague Rider just got his Barrier Idol, but I'm not sure if Silhouette killed any items.
Oh, wow. So
yeah, I caught the tail end of that as well.
Yeah, I saw the Barrier Idol being picked up and delivered right there. So it looked like actually the Plague Rider might have been having trouble getting items off the courier. Was that why it was killed?
I think so.
Yeah, because I saw the Shaman's Headrest combine on the little screen over on the left side, but didn't see the Barrier Idol come up right away. So I think he was having a little bit of trouble. Loses the bird for it, and it's 300 gold going to be going to Flansmeister on the Silhouette. And of course, 400 gold out of pocket for the Legion team to get their next courier up.
Oh, there you go. So Moon Queen actually purchased Geometer as a whole just now. I was going to say, I feel like she had like items missing.
Well, I know Moon Queen had just bought a Geometers right beforehand. I saw it come up, so she might have actually lost the recipe on the bird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would make sense then.
Yeah, I think that she did just lose the recipe because she didn't have enough money right there to buy a Geometers outright. So yeah, even more unfortunate, but great job from Pencils to be able to clean up on a couple of those items. But Barrier Idol that Plague Rider does have can be very nice for getting into some of these team fights, and if they choose to do a little bit of pushing here.
We see the Hellhounds attacking Pebbles actually, stopping him from blinking.
Warbeast takes a Hellflower right there, takes the Pebbles combination. Moon Queen ultimate going to come in, and the Plague ultimate is going to be bouncing around. Pebbles is going to take a drop right there, and on the other side, nobody is dead yet from the Legion side. 3 players down for the Hellborn. Bubbles is in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to be able to get out of there? No, not just yet. Piercing Charge coming. Quad kill coming out for Rookie on the Plague Rider. So that Plague ultimate, the Contagion nuke doing so much damage, and a huge team fight there for the Legion side.
Actually, even though Plague Rider is dishing out all that damage, if you look at the damage chart, Moon Queen is actually at 23% as well.
Oh yeah, it was all kill
I think
steals.
the Plague bounces just happened to get the last hit somehow.
It was all kill steals, that's for sure. But
Moon Queen does so much damage with Empath Inner and the War Beast buff.
Yeah, it's sitting at 303 right now with the Abyssal Skull up, and I think she has the War Beast buff on her. Yeah.
And her passive, oh my god.
Yeah, and once the Empath gets in her, that's going to be kicked up to, what, about 360 damage or so. And this is really without any damage items. She's got 2 defensive items right now, and that's it. As they are going to be going in right here, they do manage to bring down Empath, so good response from the Hellborn team, and able to get the counter ward going on as well. Bassett's with the Ward of Revelation, very, very timely. And with that, they are able to stop the Conqueror.
I think the empath was trying to get a ward out so that they would have vision on the enemy team when they're conquering.
Yeah, he got it just to the top right of the observatory. He got one down, but got counter-warded pretty dang quickly by Bassett's on the Aluna. And now they pick up an eye right now on Pebbles. As a courier goes down for the other side this time. No. The same courier goes down again. Flensmeister, the courier killing monster. I'm gonna have to have a talk with him later. Like, gonna have to call up PETA or something. Just killing way too many little cute animals. Yeah, well, I don't know if anything was lost this time, but of course setting them back even further. And with that, Silhouette now 450 gold per minute, only about 15 gold per minute behind Moon Queen on the other side. Looking pretty nice, and Legionnaire picks up a barbed armor. I really, really like that pickup on Legionnaire. After that demonic breastplate, going to be sitting at 50 armor with the taunt buff up, and going to be able to survive quite a bit. Able to return a lot of damage as well with that barbed armor.
Yeah, and also the return damage on the Playground ulti and Moon Queen ulti is going to hurt the Legion side. But I actually think he had it last fight when they got demolished mid. Guess it didn't have too much of an impact on the team fight.
Yeah, that fight in the middle lane, it was really a bit unfortunate. They tried to go in for the kill onto Warbeast, but I think there was some miscommunication because the Hellflower got dropped, then Pebbles went in for the combo, but there was no follow-up. I think they were waiting for the Legionnaire to go in, and he just was not there in time, and without some follow-up from somebody like, well, actually, Silhouette gets initiated on bottom, but Shadow's up, and she's out. So without the follow-up initiation, though, from a strong damage dealer like a Bubbles with a decent amount of farm, then she's just really not able to really do a ton of damage. And they weren't able to bring down that Warbeast in time, as they're going to go in right now. Again, Hellflower is there, but missed the combo, and Warbeast was able to just walk away once again.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty curious to see what Moon Queen and Silhouette are both going to pick up next. They're both sitting on like 4.5k gold.
Yeah, Legionnaire actually upgrades his boots straight into post-haste, but 4.5k gold, there it is, Symbol of Rage. So still not doing a ton of damage without anybody else's buffs. She's only sitting at 220 gold, or excuse me, 220 damage. But
I think it's fine though, because she gets so much damage from her team between Empath and Warbeast buff that
yeah,
like all she really needs is survivability and that lifesteal. She's gonna dish out so much damage with Empath in her.
Yeah, she certainly is. But I think I would have liked to have seen. No, I think she did it right, actually. I don't know what I would have liked to have seen out of her.
Scylla actually gets a Savage Mace over that BKV.
Yeah, I think that she really did need something to put out some additional damage. She has been kind of lackluster on damage thus far. And while that Shrunken Head will be able to allow her to get into the middle of those fights and not get bogged down by slows and stuns and just take less damage in general, I think that she did need that damage. And of course that will enable her to farm a little bit faster so that she can make her way toward that Shrunken Head now. Because I agree that she does need it.
Yeah, she really needs it. And it looks like they're just going to trade towers here. Because I know Hellborn doesn't want to take a team fight right now.
Yeah, Hellborn actually going to go for the last outer tower. They will be able to take it down here in the top lane. And now they're going to mass TP back up. Are they going to have everyone there, though? Looks like Empath's going to jump into Moon Queen, so where's the initiation? The ranged Rax is falling so quickly. Geometer's Bane goes out. Avalanche onto the Legionnaire in the background. Pebbles is in some trouble. He's going to drop the eye onto the ground. Barbed Armor activated from Legionnaire. Not going to save him, though. Big Boys takes another big fight, and they are able to bring down the Rax in the middle lane, though. Silhouette starting to bring down those Rax not nearly as fast as Moon Queen. Middle lane on the other side of the map. The defensive tower goes down. The melee Rax is going to be the next target. No buybacks available on the Pebbles or the Legionnaire. And the second set of racks goes down. There are now 4 racks. They've lost 1 back at home. Warbeast makes his way up to the top tower, and looks like he is going to back off. Looks like they're going to be content just bringing down those 2 sets of racks back off without losing anybody. I think that was a good decision.
Yeah, that's why they really need the BKBs. They just melt magic damage in those fights. It's really unfortunate.
It was fantastic initiation there by the Tundra as well. To be able to get the avalanche on the Legionnaire in the backfield, making sure that the initiation follow-up from the Legionnaire was not there.
Yeah. And with that, the Legion are up 6k gold, 10k experience. Looking really good for the Legion side.
It certainly is. I mean, I kind of came into this game saying, okay, pencils versus big boys. I've seen big boys around, but pencils, I mean, they're able to contend with the big boys. No pun intended. Actually, all the pun was intended. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That was orchestrated. But pencils looking pretty far down as Moon Queen is going to be caught out right here. The Hellfire is applied to her, and Moon Queen does go down. Silhouette's able to pound in a lot of damage onto the Warbeast to the back. The Shrunken Head has been activated. Warbeast with the Metamorphosis is able to haste on out of there. A nice tree grapple, though, there from Flensmeister. The chuck, and down goes Warbeast. Huge plays, and just like that, Kongor goes down. The token goes to Silhouette. They're down racks, but they're going to be able to equalize here as they move their way toward the bottom lane with 2 players down. Moon Queen has bought back already, but that was gigantic from Pencils. If anything was going to get them into this game, it was that.
Flensmeister had a huge stun.
That was gigantic. Yeah.
I think he even timed it perfectly with the BKB wearing off on the Warbeast.
Did. Combo comes out onto the Plague Rider, but in goes the Legionnaire. He's going to be trying to make something happen. No, that's actually not what's going on at all. As what the hell's going on? I can't even tell. Tundra is actually going to be activating the Shrunken Head, but he's trying to back on out of there. Silhouette definitely in some trouble now. She does not have the portal key available. Now it's up, and she is able to get out of there. The Moonbeam can break the Nullstone right now. They might try to turn it around. Pebbles is in the location, but no, they will be forced to back. I couldn't tell what was going on. The Shrunken Head's on the white snow background. It is so hard to see everyone.
Yeah, the Legion side has so much snow. It's kind of blinding at times.
It is. I can't wait till that stupid snow is gone. But in the end, Tundra takes a fall, and that was it. Tundra and Plague Rider? Did he die as well?
Oh, no, the Plague Rider lived, I'm pretty sure.
I
think there was just a buyback on the Moon Queen.
Yeah. Tundra and Empath died in there, and weren't able to take down the tower, but put out a decent amount of pressure. So as long as the Hellborn team is conscious of the timer that they're on, with 2 sets of racks down, they consistently are putting out the pressure, and they've already lost the token onto Silhouette, so they really need to win this next team fight, equalize racks. I think they might be able to get back into this game, though.
Yeah, they tied up the experience and gold deficit right there, too. It's a huge team fight at Kongor Pit.
Yeah, they certainly did. Now, Plague Rider is about 500 gold off from finishing up his Sheepstick. That would, of course, be extremely nice to have for the upcoming fight. And a Storm Spirit comes out from Tundra. Going to be able to save somebody that might have a Hellflower on them coming out from Pebbles. Bubble's also going to be finishing his up in about 750 gold. But the next team fight is really what's going to be determining this game, it seems like.
Yeah, it's a really close match.
It certainly
I think it depends on if the Hellborn is able to get a good initiation off like they did last fight.
Oh, Silhouette's actually backdooring the tower a little bit, but nice job returning to that shadow. And like you said, her mobility with that shadow, she's just able to get into such aggressive positions. And with that, able to do a little bit of damage and back off. No harm, no foul.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing that the Hellborn team does have to be very wary of, if they're pushing up this bottom lane, they need to make sure that the creep wave is pushing up with them, which is what actually happened there. They wanted to be going into the base, but the creep wave is actually all the way back in their base. So I had to send the Legionnaire back with those post-haste, cleans that up a little bit, and now we'll be making its way down into the bottom lane once more.
I think Warbeast is going to put some pressure on top if he sees them going on bottom or something. He's lingering around the Hellborn jungle.
Yeah, I agree with that decision. When you have 2 racks, or your opponent has 2 racks down, yeah, Warbeast should be putting pressure on that top lane, saying, if you guys try to push in any of our stuff, we're just going to go ahead and kill your rest of your racks and mega creeps you. So
They're actually scouting out aggressively here.
Yeah, I think
Kind
the
of makes me
Hellborn
happy.
team has kind of lost their window of opportunity. The Legion have regrouped. They've got the game plan now of just saying you can never leave your top lane or we're just going to mega creeps you. And now the Hellborn's kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place of not getting any farm or losing their lane and getting mega creeps.
Finally, a BKB is Shrunken Head is purchased on Silhouette too. It should do him a lot of in a team fight. But Plaguerider also has his Sheepstick finished.
That's going to be nice, that's for sure. Lots of initiation looking possible up in the top lane. Hellhound is there. No eye just yet, though, on the Hellborn team, so they're not able to spot it out, and the Hellhound's giving a ton of vision. Will also be able to attack the Pebbles or the Legionnaire or the Silhouette or the Bubbles and actually break their portal key if that's something that he wants to do with it, but will die.
He's been doing a good job, actually. I've seen him move around his Hellhound and attack the Pebbles before the team fight initiated.
Yeah, that's actually a very, very good thing to do with that Hellhound, but good amount of turtle coming up as initiation goes in on... What the hell was that?
Shiver.
Oh, that was Shiver?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was just a chuck being used. Tower does go down, but they bring down the Shivers, so pretty much an equal trade.
This next team fight's going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is, and the Legion team's playing it smart. They know that they have the advantage, that they're able to just wait in this lane, and they're just waiting for the other two lanes to start pushing up. Both teams just kind of posturing around.
They're waiting for that perfect moment to jump.
Yeah,
Solo actually did a good job pushing out the other lanes when he had his ultimate up.
yeah, now that it's down for about 30 more seconds, it will be a little bit harder, of course, but middle lane gets pushed out quite a bit, and Kongor should be back up in, what, about another 3 minutes? 2 minutes, something like that?
Empath actually picks up a Storm Spirit as well. It's gonna really hurt the initiation from the Hellborn 2 Storm Spirits.
Yeah, it certainly is. As soon as somebody gets Hellflowered, just going to be able to pop one of those, and easy peasy, that person should be saved. Pebbles actually picks up a Void Talisman, the green triangle, green diamond, whatever you want to call that thing. He's had that for a little while now. Do you agree with that decision to pick up that item?
You see them chasing around the Shiver.
I do.
I don't know. I guess he's been having trouble getting chased by Warbeast and Moon Queen. I don't know. But, I mean, he's also working on a BKB as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you use both of those, then of course you can have immunity to physical and immunity to magical, each at their respective times. But it seems like for somebody like Pebbles that once he initiates, he's kind of got his combo, and then you want to do some auto attack damage. And if you activate that Void Talisman, you're not going to be able to pound out any auto attack damage whatsoever.
Legion is actually doing a good job right now. Really maximizing the farming out the neutrals of the Hellborn side. It's really what you have to do when you're in the lead. Like especially if you're too scared to force a fight on uphill, you want to maximize your farm and pace out the game so that you'll win in the long run.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, resource management is the name of the game in situations like these, and Legion team's doing a very good job making sure that the Hellborn team is not able to farm their own jungle or their own ancients very effectively, and just making it dangerous for them to step past a certain portion of the map. And as a result, the Legion team is able to start getting a little bit of an advantage once again. Moon Queen pulling up a ton of gold here at 5,500. Probably saving for buyback, although if she were to buy an item right now, what would you really recommend to try to seal the steal?
I'm not sure. Because usually we see Moon Queen go... Oh, Rift Shards. Okay, I think that was Rift Shard 4.
Yeah, it's being delivered on the courier right now, and that's Rift Shards 4.
Yeah, she just wants to dish out a bunch of damage.
Is this the build that Slicks went last weekend against... who was that? Complexity? Was it Complexity?
I'm not sure. I actually didn't watch that match, but I mean,
think that he did. I can't remember. I was casting and I watched it a little bit later.
usually Moon Queen will either do this sort of build or go butterfly. I mean, wing bow. But I think because Silhouette has Savage, he just decided to dish out more damage than he already is.
Yeah. No
I think
need.
it's a smart pickup.
No need to go wing bow, and with that Warbeast buff on her right now, she's hitting for 400, probably critting for about 750. Once Empath gets in her, she's going to be attacking so fast, and she's going to be, of course, critting for probably close to 1,000 damage. With all those bounces and whatnot, I mean, already at 22% of the damage in the game. After the next team fight, if it goes well for the Legion team, you can guarantee that damage chart's going to have spiked pretty heavily in her favor.
Oh, and she doesn't really have to worry about getting initiated on because they have a double Storm Spirit. It's kind of ridiculous. Like she shouldn't be picked off if the Legion plays it correctly.
Yeah, I completely agree. The Storm Spirit should be able to keep her safe, so we'll see when the initiation finally does come in. Kongor is up. So he's going to be able to do a little bit of giving out some Aegises here. Legion team very well aware they do have the Ward of Sight. And no eye currently on the Hellborn team, so they're not going to be able to get any counter warning done. And the Legion team makes their way down. Need some Call of the Valkyries, Ride of the Valkyries, Flight of the Valkyries, that's what it's called, to be played right now as the Legion team comes in. They want to be able to close the gap, but the Hellborn is able to walk away for now.
Wow, a DD Moon Queen. That is not something to mess with.
Yeah,
Critting 1200.
without the empath in her. Oh, the initiation comes in. Shrunken Head, though, and Pebbles will have to walk on out of there. Oh, in comes everybody else. The Plague Ultimate is going to be bouncing around. Bubbles is able to pick up the Token of Life, and down goes Legionnaire. Pebbles to follow. Bubbles is going to go down. He comes back up, though, and he will be able to escape with that take cover shell surf on the other side. Legionnaire is already down, but Silhouette, she takes the sheep stick right there. The Contagion New breaks the Nullstone, and Pencils just gets absolutely cleaned up. Silhouette buys back immediately, but Rookie with that double damage rune hitting so hard. Just a very easy team fight right there. And well, Plague Rider is going to take a fall. Bubbles and Silhouette clean him up. Legionnaire buys back for the second time. They will be able to defend their base for now. So it looks like the Legion team, they forced a couple of buybacks right there, but not able to capitalize on that team fight and take additional towers.
Yeah, I thought that would be game, but I mean, we'll see how Hellborn can survive with these last set of racks and the Legion team forcing a fight, it looks like, soon. Moon Queen just did so much damage that team fight.
She did. Spiked up 3% damage done in the game in just that fight, and I mean, a lot of her damage was kind of going toward the Pebbles that had the Void Talisman on, so it wasn't even connecting at all, so wasn't able to attack him like she wanted to, but great reflexes there from Rookie in the beginning of that fight. Able to get that Shrunken Head off before the Stalagmites connected, before the Hellflower was applied. And
yeah, that was unfortunate. He kind of went all in with initiating there. And I don't know, maybe he should have tried to get off a Hellflower first. I think that's more, I think it's quicker than trying to get a Stalagmite off.
It's instant, as opposed to the Stalagmites. Bound Eye is on the ground over here in the bottom right-hand corner of Hellborn's base. We'll see if anybody spots that and picks that up relatively soon. They were trying to chase down the Tundra right there, but he is able to just port on out. A third Storm Spirit's picked up. Somebody has been listening to all these people that say Storm Spirit's a pretty good item.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's such a pain to deal with. Like,
it really
you can't really like focus one person, they just get thrown in the air. And they have 3 of them. I don't know.
Able to just keep somebody up for 6 seconds. I mean, there's no cooldown on it or anything either, like in terms of re-putting somebody up, right?
Yeah, I think that'd be interesting if they added something like that.
Yeah, like you can't be thrown up into the air for another 10 seconds or something.
Yeah, like something like how they did that to, what was it? Astrolabe and
or Barrier. Yeah, I agree. Barbed Armor's picked up here on Tundra. Warbeast picks up another big armor item. He grabs a Frostfield plate, so he's going to be up at pretty much 50 armor right now, if my math is correct. 51 armor now on Warbeast. 75% armor reduction. It's a pretty big deal. And
Wow.
he's not going to really take a whole lot of physical damage. And the magic damage on the Hellborn team is pretty minimal at this point. I mean, you got your bubbles, you got your Luna doing your power throw, your shell serve, Song of the Sea. But even Pebbles, I mean, the combo just doesn't hit that hard anymore at this level, especially when he's been this under-leveled, still at 17 at 60 minutes into this game.
Oh, yeah. We'll see how the last fight goes here. Looks really good for the Legion. I don't know how they're going to lose this fight. Hellborn has like perfect initiation.
Which they are. I'm actually trying to catch Warbeast. Warbeast turns it around, though. Metamorphosis goes out. Frostfield plates activated. Barrier Auto goes out. Stalagmites are going to miss. And it looks like they're just going to go in the middle. Storm Spirit brings up Warbeast. Avalanche onto Legionnaire. Pegu Ultimate bouncing around. And the Hellborn team is taking so much damage. Legionnaire and Pebbles fall immediately. The Silhouette has to teleport out using the Shadow. And everyone's still up here from the Legion side with the two main players down. Bubbles even fell. And Vote to Concedes are coming out. GG, well played. And that is it. The big boys take game number 1 in this best-of-3 series. Gold winners bracket finals. Wow. Not bad, big boys.
That was really well played on their part. Those team fights were really good as well. I don't know. I kind of expected Pencils to kind of win this game. Because I feel like they have players that are more well-known and been in the competitive scene for a while, but Big Boy is definitely showing that they can put up a fight and come through with a win.
They certainly did. So very, very well done by Big Boys. We're going to have to see if they can actually do it again, close out this series 2-0, or if Pencils is going to try to bring this one back, even up to score, and force a game 3. Guys, we're going to go ahead and take a very quick break now as we get game number 2 set up in this series. Congratulations to the big boys for their game number 1. But Pencils, Pablo McDad, I know he doesn't want to give up without a fight. We'll see if he brings it back in the next game. It's been Complexity Casting with your host, Beef. Joining me is Absolute Legends King Plato. King Plato, any shout-outs before we go to break?
Shout out to our sponsors and my team, and for you letting me co-cast this game with you.
Well, very happy to have you, man. Guys, during the break, would recommend checking out Complexity Gaming over at complexitygaming.com. HoN Tour is on the front page. Going to be putting up a HoN weekly breakdown in the next 24 hours or so. And then, of course, make sure to check out Complexity Gaming at twitter.com/complexitylive and facebook.com/Complexity Gaming. Let them know that you appreciate coLcast being here on this very beautiful, the 26th of December, day after Christmas. I'm here casting Heroes of Newerth, HoN Tour Cycle 2 Gold Division Winners Finals. I'm happy to be here, guys. Let Complexity know that you are happy to have me here. And we're going to be going to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with game number 2 in this series, coLcast with Beef and King Plato.